fix my hair. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Lori here, and welcome to How Do You Spirit podcast. And it has been a very long minute since we have done an episode just because we've had a lot going on with the death of my father and getting mom all squared away and all that stuff. So I am super excited to finally be back doing something after my leave of absence, I guess. Today I have a special guest. Her name is Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And I know Amy. We got acquainted through a cousin, right?
Kind of. She's a friend. Our moms are best friends.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. And we have to give Corey a plug because she's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, she is amazing.
Corey Sartori is a life coach, right? Life business coach. And I worked with Corey, I think was in 22. And I'm assuming you worked with her or
Yeah,
have.
I am still working with her. I started working with her last November.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
Yeah, still working with her.
Yes. That was honestly a life changer for me. Working with her. I was able to find confidence that I didn't have and really learn how to set goals and the follow through. That's what I struggled with. I had big ideas and would write them down and then they never get done.
Oh.
Corey has been, I guess, amazing for you as well. And
Yeah.
I love to promote her, but anyway.
Yes, I do too.
Right. So what have you learned so far from Corey?
Oh my goodness. So, Corey and I have known each other since we were babies. We were born 3 weeks apart.
Wow.
Our parents were already friends with each other. And so, I've known her whole life. I've watched her
transform
her
Yes.
life. And then as she started her business, I just was amazed at all the transformation that she had. And back in November of 2022, I attended one of her workshops, and it was just a really eye-opening experience for how much I didn't have confidence in myself, like how I really didn't know how to set goals, like how I didn't even really know who I was as a person and what I wanted. And so I started with her recommendation of just doing a daily gratitude practice, and she's like, this will be a game changer. And I'm thinking, maybe we'll see.
Right.
Like, we'll see. Like, I know you transformed your life, but we'll see. And then, but it totally did. Like, I just started feeling the shift in my life and my mind because I started focusing more on the positive things instead of the negative things. And then more positive things start happening in it.
The mindset
the mindset changes is incredible.
So let's get into a little bit then. Now we're going to transition over to the spiritual journey.
Yay, okay.
Do you think, I just got the chills. Do you think that has helped with your spiritual journey, or when did you say your spiritual journey kind of started for you, or when did you recognize that it kind of like, oh,
I think my spiritual journey started earlier in my adult life.
okay.
When I noticed I'd probably say late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, so for a while. Okay.
Like I just started having dreams about loved ones that passed on, but they weren't dreams. It was like I could wake up and remember them vividly, and it was like they had a message for me or were trying to contact me or just let me know they were okay. And I was like, "Oh, it's just a dream," but
I think they were visits.
I think they were visits too, because then I
Yes.
shared some of this with one of my cousins, and she said she had a similar dream. And the way we saw, this was one of our aunts that had passed away, the way we both saw her in the dream and described her, it was exactly the same.
Wow.
And I do have another cousin who's very in tune to the spiritual world and stuff, and a lot of times she has sent me message, and it was before I was more in tune myself, but like she would send me, well, this was before social media, but she would send me emails. She's like, I had a dream about grandma last night. Grandma wants you to know that she's with you. And she's showing, if you see daisies, that means that she's there with you. And so as I started like having dreams, I just kind of felt like, okay, I need to pay attention to these, because these are
They're
They're
messages.
messages from people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but that was all it ever really was. It wasn't ever, every once in a while I'd have a dream about a loved one that was a visitation, and then, that was it. But then I started like really, my daughter and I actually went to, there were two psychic mediums in the area that we lived in, and they did kind of like a ghost hunt and taught us
Uh-huh.
like how to communicate with the spirit world and what to do with bad energies, what to do with good energies. And so I feel like since I went through that, I've just been more in tune to spirits and that kind of thing.
Okay,
So,
so when you say more in tune to spirit, do you mean like, do you feel the energy?
hmm
Okay. Do you see them?
I've only see them when I have dream visitations.
Okay.
I
Okay.
I don't really ever see them. I've only seen one when my
Uh-huh.
grandma passed away, and they let me leave work early, and I was driving home, and I looked over and I could see her in the passenger seat, and she was just like, "Don't worry, everything's going to be okay." And then she was
Wow.
gone, and I'm driving. I'm like,
Or did it freak you out?
I'm like, is that real? Did I just see that? Am I
I
hallucinating?
know,
I don't
right?
really know what's going on, but yeah, that's the only
That's
time I
super
remember
cool.
seeing somebody while I've been awake.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
mm-mm.
Do you hear them? Like, do you just feel the presence when the energy? It's like when you go ghost hunting,
Mhm.
you can feel. That's what happens to me. I get kind of buzzy and I can
Mhm.
feel them.
I feel them more. Like,
Uh-huh.
I feel like I feel them more. I don't know that I necessarily hear them, but things pop into my head that I feel like they're
Yes.
trying to communicate to
Yep,
me. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Those are
it's interesting.
messages
Yeah.
too. Yep.
Mhm.
We just have to learn to trust them. Yeah.
Mhm.
So so I guess at what point in your life did you kind of more recognize, and what have you done with it? Have you tried to, let's say, I don't know if enhance is the right word, but learn more, I guess, and how to listen more and that kind of stuff.
Um, Probably not as much as I would have wanted to, but after I met with you about 6 months ago for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
like I recorded it and then I kind of just went on with my life. But I went back because we had identified who my spirit guide was, and I was trying to
Yes.
remember like what you said about how she's coming to me and what I should be aware for when she's trying to give me messages. But then you had told me that she said that I really needed to figure out what's going on with my back and hips. And I've
Yes.
always had back and hip pain. So to me, I was kind of like, well, I've had that since I was a teenager. Like I've learned to live with it. And then 3 months later, I had gone to Florida to visit my daughter and came back. And like I was in so much pain, but I thought it was just, I'd moved twice, I'd traveled. I was like, okay, I just need a few days. And finally, like I went to the doctor, had x-rays, MRIs, and there's a lot of stuff going on with my back. And that's why I had to cancel the last one because I couldn't even sit up. I was in so much pain for
Right.
months. So
Well, I'm
I was
glad.
like, oh my gosh, Lori was spot on. I played it for my fiance. He's like, oh my gosh, like this is like exactly what you're going through right now.
That's
So
so crazy because I don't really remember. I
yeah.
know that came up, but I don't remember specifics of what we talked about. And
hmm
when you text me, I was like, awesome. I mean,
I
I'm glad
know.
that, but you were able to address it and you're
Yeah.
feeling better now, right?
Feeling better now. I mean, I
Uh-huh.
still have some things. It's going to be a process of managing it, but
Sure.
feeling so much better now.
That's good.
Yeah.
So have you put, I guess since the reading then that I did for you, has that kind of helped you become more connected and
I think
more,
so. I think that has because you told me that one of her signs for me is sunflowers, and that's what I was going back to listen for.
uh-huh.
And in the new house I just moved to, I just randomly have sunflowers pop up like all over my yard.
Oh
And
my
I'm like,
gosh, I'm
and
getting
I'm
the
like, I
chills
know they're
again.
weeds, but I don't know if I want to take them out
I
because
love
it's a sign.
sunflowers.
So I'm like, I just want to
Right?
leave them here.
Cute. I
So
love
yeah.
that. Do you feel like how do you use what you've learned, I guess, from being and going through kind of a spiritual journey? How do you apply that to your life today? Does that make sense?
hmm
Like, how do you, um, I guess, how has that helped you in certain situations? Do you have a situation where you think that it has helped you? Besides what
Yeah.
the reading stuff that we just talked about.
I just try to be more aware of, what could be a sign if I
Mm-hmm.
try to listen more to my gut, or if I get
Yes.
that tingly feeling about something, then I'm like, okay, I need to pay attention to what's going on because somebody's trying to tell me something and I need to figure out what it is.
Yes.
So,
Awesome.
mhm.
Do you have you had more dreams
I
since
haven't
or no?
had, no, I haven't had any dreams lately.
No.
No.
Nobody's coming to you recently.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. I would think they would be what once spirit finds out that we're kind of more tuned in and acknowledge them, that's when they like to start playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
when things start happening. Have you noticed anything? Okay, so taking the dreams out of it, have you
Mm-hmm.
noticed things around you?
I've noticed the sunflowers. You also
Yes.
told me that if things go missing,
Mm-hmm.
that's usually her showing me that she's there.
Uh-huh.
And like I'm OCD, so I always put things in a spot where I
So
know they
you
are.
know.
So, and then like I always will go to get that. I'm like, I know I just said it right here. Where is it? And the funny thing is I was telling my mom about it, and
Uh-huh.
she's like, "That's funny because when she was alive, she would hide things from people. She would like
Really?
take things, yeah, and just hide things from her family because she just thought it was
It was being
funny. Yeah,
silly.
she's
My son does that to
yeah,
me. He takes weird random stuff and he'll go put it somewhere else in the house.
yeah.
But so you've noticed stuff coming up
Mhm.
missing too. I noticed too because I'm like OCD. Like I like things in their place
Mhm.
and like I know I put that right there.
Yeah, because I know if I like put it somewhere else, I'm not going to remember where I put it.
Right.
So everything has its place,
Yep.
and then I'm like, I know it was there.
Uh-huh.
And then I find it somewhere else. So,
Yeah. Do
mhm.
you practice with any modalities? Like I love crystals, I do tarot sometimes. Do you use anything like that?
No, I haven't used anything. I like to use like the pendulum and the dowsing rod type thing.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
usually how I try to communicate.
Okay. So that's interesting you brought the dowsing rods up because I just got a pair.
Oh, you did?
They're in my cabinet right here. Yes.
Nice.
And I haven't played with them yet. I'm kind of afraid. I don't know why,
Uh-huh.
but what kind of questions do you ask when you use them?
So, first of all, this is how I was taught before. I just um hold them and I ask them, show me yes. And so
You
then
know.
I'll know what yes means and show me no, so I know what no means.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm kind of in a tough spot in my life with some situations. So I was asking some questions last night about like, is my situation going to turn out okay?
Uh-huh.
And things like that. And it, I
You
was
were
like, is
getting
this
answers?
Abby? And then it would say yes. And then I'm like, okay,
Oh,
like,
I love
so
that.
yeah, it's been kind of interesting. And then my fiance, his wife has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, he's like, can you just ask, like, does she miss us? And it said yes, and things like that. So just yes or no questions, just kind of about things that are going on in my life. And,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm like on the right path, or
Yeah.
just try to get a feel like if I'm doing the right things. So,
That's so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I've been afraid to take mine out. I used them
Mhm.
ghost hunting when I was
Yeah,
totally fine.
I used them ghost hunting before too. So,
But I haven't dared to get them out yet. I actually used my friends when we were ghost hunting. But
oh yeah,
anyway, yeah. So it sounds like your husband's pretty open to
yeah.
all things spiritual and
Hmm.
is interested. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That he engages, I guess. My husband's like, that's weird, or I don't believe it, or whatever, but he supports me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just can't get him to jump over the fence. And that's
Right.
okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. That's so funny. I love that. So dowsing rods,
Mhm.
do you use them often, or is it really more kind of when you really, really, really feel like you need some guidance?
I haven't used the rods for a while because
Mm-hmm.
I know they're in a box somewhere in my garage I haven't unpacked yet. So I just
Yeah.
use like a necklace as a pendulum
Okay.
for right now until I
Yeah.
can find those.
Okay.
So,
There's so many different things, and
mhm.
I love my crystals, and I have a pendulum. I never use it. I once in a while will do the tarot, but more with
Uh-huh.
other people, not necessarily for myself. So, yeah, there's just so many different things that we can use as, I guess, helpers,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of get validations and things.
Yeah.
Wow, that's super cool. So, moving forward in your life today, do you have any like practices? Um, like you said, you were doing your affirmations or whatever, right, in
Mm-hmm.
the morning. Are there other things that you do that kind of help that you think um, help you to grow your intuition and your spirituality and those things?
The only other thing I do a lot of is just meditation. I try to
Okay.
do meditation in the morning and at night.
Uh-huh.
And
And how do you meditate?
so I've downloaded an app that has a lot of different varieties of topics and things
Mm-hmm.
like like what you might be like anxiety or something. So I just depending on how I'm feeling and what I'm working through, I'll play, I'll select a meditation
Yeah.
and then I'll just, lay quietly and just listen to it and
Okay.
work my mind through what they're telling me to do. And
I see. Yeah,
yeah.
I love to hear how people meditate because everybody does it different. And I meditate in the car with loud music playing, and it's just
Yeah.
I'd probably fall asleep if I listened to some, be in bed all comfy. I'd probably fall
Uh-huh.
asleep.
And sometimes I do, like especially at night if I'm going to bed, like
But those
I'll
are
fall
good
asleep.
thoughts
Mhm.
to fall asleep with. They
Yeah.
always say to go to bed with positive thoughts and, things on your mind.
Mhm.
Because that's when we're out,
Mhm.
thinking and putting all the positivity out there and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's not a bad thing, honestly.
No, it's not. It's actually been really nice.
That's great.
Mhm.
So, how do you think in how do you, I guess, plan, or maybe you haven't thought about this, how would you plan to make, or I guess enhance your life with spirituality, just like the meditation, the affirmations? um are you wanting to become more in tune to your guides and being able to communicate with them
Mhm.
and listen to them? And
Yeah,
yeah.
I would like to be able to be more in tune with my guides
Mm-hmm.
and listen to them and have their guidance and
Mm-hmm.
reassurance and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a hard one. I do that for people, as you know,
Mhm.
and it's super easy, but for myself,
Mhm.
it's so hard to tune into myself, I guess.
Yeah.
Just because we get those ideas, and you do have
Mhm.
to take that first, okay, what was that first thought that came into my mind or feeling that I
Mhm.
got, and trusting too
Yeah.
is a big one. I still struggle with that a little bit, trusting my first thought.
Mhm.
And if it's the Lori brain thinking,
Mhm.
or messages, it's hard
Yeah.
to become to the biggest thing again is the trust, but to get those messages and act on them and not think second guessing yourself, I
Right.
guess. Yeah. So does your hubby, does he do meditations and stuff too, or is he not?
Um no, not so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun that you guys
Yeah.
so a little bit about your background. I know a little bit about it, but
Mhm.
you've been married before, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And that was kind of not very good.
Mhm.
And then you got out of that, and that now
Yeah.
you're found the man of your dreams
Mhm.
and happy.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Take some practice, apparently.
Yes.
That's,
Yes.
yeah. Do you do you feel like that spirit supported you during that hard transition time when you
Mhm.
had to leave the first relationship and, transition through
Yeah, I do.
to what you have now? Yeah.
I think that's what gave me the strength to get through some of the things that I had to get through was just having that spiritual support and trusting my gut feeling and just
Mm-hmm.
being strong to do the things I had to do.
Yeah. Yeah. They spirit, whether it be, our guides or my dad's been hanging around me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It really does give, I feel like, a sense of comfort knowing that we have that support from the other side and we
Mm-hmm.
don't have to um rely so much on what's right in front of us, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense.
Trusting the
Yes.
something we can't necessarily see or
Mm-hmm.
feel or touch,
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another hard thing, is being able to trust something that you can't see, feel, and
Mm-hmm.
touch, right?
Yes. Yes.
Not having it right there in like you and I are sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
it is harder. So do you feel like that, is there something that you're wanting to learn more about?
Um,
Do you have interests? Like, I'm kind of witchy. I like kind of the witchy stuff. Is there
mhm.
stuff that I mean, there's such a wide range of things, the witchy stuff, the cacao stuff. I mean, there's just energy healing, the sound bowls, so much.
Mhm.
Do you feel like there's something that interests you, or that you're wanting to find more out about, or you just kind of go kind of a day to day?
I mean, right now, kind of a day to day, but I do I'm interested in the tarot cards. Like I've done
Oh,
readings and stuff like that.
uh-huh.
And just my biggest thing is I just wonder if there's like any other messages that I need to know at this point in time in my life.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So
Awesome. Well, we can get the cards out when we're done if you want.
okay.
We'll play tarot for a
Okay.
minute.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any messages that you want to tell anybody? Not only from, like, well, I guess combining the spiritual aspect of things, but also what you've learned from the coaching that you've been through.
Yeah, I think it's just really important to get in tune with yourself and to really decide like what kind of life you want to live, who you want to be, and
Yes.
make goals to support that. And then as
Mm-hmm.
you go through, as you start going through and taking those steps, like you start seeing things that, okay, maybe this doesn't really align with
Mm-hmm.
what I really want in my life or what I need in my life, or this is hurting my life. And then you get to decide if you want, how to proceed with that.
Yeah.
I think just being really in tune with yourself and knowing what you want, and saying no to the things that don't align with your vision and your dream, and
Mm-hmm.
is a really important thing to learn.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And having the confidence to say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think some of us, and I've been there too, you get stuck in the people pleasing.
Yes.
Yep.
I was always a people pleaser, and learning to say no to people, or I felt like it was my job to always make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
No, even if it made me miserable.
Yeah, the
And then
expense of your own
yeah, and
happiness.
then I realized like I was not happy. Like nothing in my life was, aside from my kids,
Mm-hmm.
like, I was killing myself trying to make everybody else happy. And then I realized
Yes.
like nobody was killing themselves to try to make me happy. And so if
Right.
I wanted to be happy, I had to figure that out, like what that looks like and what I wanted for myself, and just really um do that work to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So through your coaching process too, let's give yourself a plug. What are you
okay.
doing now?
So I launched a financial coaching business. So
Uh-huh.
I remember like probably about, it was 6 months or a little bit longer after my divorce, I was like, things were starting to just stress me out a little bit
Of
financially, and
course.
it's like, okay, how can I move forward to make sure that I'm okay? And I just really realized like I really needed to get back to the basics that I used to know, like budgeting,
Mm-hmm.
making sure I had emergency savings, because all of that got kind of, used up in the divorce, because divorces aren't cheap.
Right.
And I was like, I just want to make sure that I'm okay and that I'm living my best life. And so I came across an opportunity for financial coaching training. So I signed up for that. I'm like, I can learn this for myself and get myself back on a good path. And then I can also use everything that I've gone through and use it as a tool to help other people that may be in a same or similar spot and don't know what to do to get themselves out of it. So that's what I've been doing. And it's been really, really awesome to just meet people where they're at in their struggles and help them change their mindset and make goals, and especially financially, to be like, okay,
It's huge.
there's ways to get out of it, and we just need to figure out your vision and your path, and it's been really awesome.
And probably like just so rewarding for you to watch people grow.
Yeah, it's really great. Like, I start off every session with, what have your wins been this month? And so many have had like the most incredible wins, because they really like they're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and then they're ready to do the work to get them out of that situation. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
and what's your business called?
It's officially called Amy's Financial Wellness, but I'm marketing under the name of Thrive and Rise Coaching.
Okay. And where can people get in touch with you?
So right now, the best place is on Facebook.
Okay. And under which one? The name?
It's under Amy Ballard Anderson.
Okay. And that's how they'd reach out to you if they're interested. Okay. And how long does the coaching program go for? Just until they figure like people don't need it anymore?
Yeah,
or
I kind of tailor it to what they need, like what their individual need is and experience is. So I have like a 3-month, a 6-month, and 12-month option.
Oh, nice.
And so I just kind of I meet with them, and we talk through what they want and what they need, and then we set up a program based on their situation.
That's awesome. I'm curious, do you have mostly women, or do you have some men too?
I have like the single people I meet with are women. I do have couples that I've been working with as well.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just work whoever
reaches out and feels like I'm a good fit for them.
Yeah.
That's, then I just work with them.
That's
And it's
awesome. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, congratulations
Thank
for
you.
that. And I hope
you.
that just turns out so successful
Yeah,
for
me
you.
too. It will. It will.
Yes, it will, right?
It will. It's really great.
Are you doing it full time or?
Right now it's part-time, but I would love for it to grow more. So that's what I'm working on.
Awesome. Okay. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Any more stories to share?
I don't think so.
Oh, one question.
Okay.
Have you had any spooky stories or scary things or things that maybe have kind of put you feeling on edge a little bit that you can think of? I know I'm putting you on the spot. We're getting into spooky season, so
I know. One thing I can think of is when I was learning, when I was doing a ghost hunt. Actually, my daughter and I went with some friends, and with these mediums, there's I'm not sure if it's still there, because I thought they might be tearing it down, but there's an old theater in Tooele that they say is a portal for spirits, and that there's a lot of things that happen there. And so we had our dowsing rods, and we would just, it was after it was closed, we were just free to walk through, and it was more like you could feel the energy. Like, we went into this one hallway, and the energy was so overwhelming and icky and scary. Like, we were like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing good was in there.
Right.
So it's just weird how you can tell like what's a bad energy and what's a good energy. And, if it's bad, it's like, okay, I need to remove this and get rid of this.
Yes.
So
I had a client one time, this was years ago. We were looking for his first home because I sell houses, and he knew I was sensitive, and he is too. And so we'd go in a house, and he'd always look at me to see like what my body language was. And we walked in this one house together. I walk in, And he walks in behind me and kind of the side, and we both looked at each other, and he's like, "Do you feel that?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "Let's leave." And so we turned around and walked back out.
Good is in this house. Yeah, you don't want to move somewhere like that.
Yeah, he was a super fun client because
awesome.
we'd go in and he, "Do you feel that?" "Yes." "Okay, we don't want to go in there."
Yeah.
It was fun, but yeah, it is crazy how you can feel those a change in energy like that when it's really dark and deep and heavy, and then to it's happy, cheery, light energy. So yeah, that's funny. Okay, well, thank you, Amy, for taking time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm sure we'll be in touch.
Yes.
And we would love to have you again for an update.
Okay, that would be
as
great.
you continue to grow spiritually, or if you just have a story that pops up one day, reach out to me because we'd love to have you back.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.